Welcome to the Jim Show with your host, Jim. Here it is, the long awaited bathtub video. I know you've all been waiting for this. It is very exciting. Okay, what I really want to talk about today is this incongruency that I have stumbled upon while sitting in the bathtub and thinking about my life. So the other day I met with this young woman that I had run into. She was a guest at Toastmasters, and she wanted to meet and talk about this transformational leadership group that she was a part of. So we met, and one of the things she mentioned to me was that she had looked at my LinkedIn profile, and at Toastmasters I had mentioned that what I really was interested in was being a personal growth or personal development entrepreneur. Like that's what I'm really trying to do. And she said she had looked me up on LinkedIn and noticed that there was nothing about that there at all. Which is an interesting observation and an important observation, because what I'm basically doing by not having it on there is not fully embracing where I currently am. Right? I'm holding myself back by basically saying, look, I'm a chief technology officer and that's what I do. Because in order to move forward, you need to start being right now what you want to be. Right? You are it. You already are it. You don't need to wait. There's nothing to wait for. You are now everything that you want to be. So just start being it now. That's how you move your life forward. And I had on there that I was the health and wellness coordinator for SRI, because that's kind of a job I had made for myself, an additional position I was doing at SRI within my jobby job construct. And, then I wasn't getting a lot of positive feedback from the people there, which is fine if they're not all that into the stuff I like to talk about. That's fine. And I should have kept up with it, because now people have become more interested. Some people have started changing their diets. Various people are doing various things. But for whatever reason, I felt like I should just take that off because it's not really happening. So now, what I feel that I need to do in my heart is to go onto LinkedIn and put that I think the term I'm going to use is a transformational guide. That's, I'm filling that out. I know that titles don't matter. They're not important. But I feel like I want to authentically capture what it is I'm trying to do with these videos, with the blog posts, with my life. And I think that terminology is capturing it. And my purpose is to be my authentic self and to help other people live as their authentic selves as well. And part of that, or the main piece of that I've kind of decided, is this idea of releasing all this baggage that we carry around with us. So if you could look at someone and see their energetic baggage, like if you looked at me in the past, I would have just had all this heavy, all these weights around me, all this stuff I was carrying around, just a massive amount of stuff I was carrying around, limiting beliefs that I wasn't creative, that I wasn't gonna I couldn't make a bunch of abundance, that I was scared to speak in front of people, that I couldn't be a writer, like any number of things, that I would never make videos, just all kinds of limiting beliefs, and everyone has them, right? We carry them around. It's some of the baggage that we carry around. We have all these stories about ourselves and about who we are, right? I had the story of being a military officer. I had the story of being the Jimbo, crazy alcohol consuming guy, right? I had the story about being a gamer, which is something I've written about recently. And that's a story that I carried around for a really, really long time. It was deeply rooted in my childhood. And it took a lot of time and a lot of effort to release that piece of me. I had a story of being a prepper, right? I was into conspiracy theories and worried about the world imploding. So I had all this prepper stuff. I still have some of it around the house, right? That's a story that I carried around. This is who I was. I had a story about being a pilot a story about being into competitive shooting. I was very into firearms for quite a while, and that was a huge part of my life. And I still have, the physical items from that time. And so if you look at your life, you'll see that you have all these stories about who you say that you are, who you tell yourself that you are. And you have these limiting beliefs that you carry around as well. And you probably have a lot of physical items that are from those stories, that are part of those beliefs that you also carry around in your life. And all of this stuff, all of it, is holding you back. And so the way that I can guide people, to transformation is to help them release all of this stuff. And when you start doing that, you naturally start aligning with your heart and your intuition, because you bring yourself to a higher frequency where you are in touch with universe and infinite intelligence automatically. Because all that stuff is weight. It is, if you have a frequency bar, right, and there's this little thing hooked onto it, and then inside that little contraption, right, a little, let's say a basket, underneath the frequency bar is all this stuff, all these limiting beliefs, all these stories, all the physical stuff that's around you. Like if your job, if you really hate your job and it's miserable, people that are negative in your life that put you down or bring you down, they can't bring you down, but they're around you and they have a negative energy. All that stuff is in that basket, and it's holding down this frequency bar from going up. And it naturally wants to rise. It is always trying to rise all the time, because that's your natural state is up here, right? Your natural state is happiness, joy, creativity, expansion. That is your natural state as a human being. Other things that are in this basket is toxicity, lousy diet that you might be engaging in, alcohol use, addictions, distractions. All of that stuff is in that basket holding down the frequency bar. And so my purpose is to help people take stuff out of that basket and throw it away, right? Get it out of their life. And there's energy associated with that stuff too. So when you take it out of the basket and you throw it away, that energy will come back into your life in a positive manner, in some, unknown way, but it will return positively to you. And then pushing your frequency up, right? And you're coming in alignment with your heart. And you're starting to do the things that you really want to do, that you've always wanted to do, and maybe you have told yourself you can't do. And so that's kind of my idea behind that terminology. And I feel like I need to go ahead and do that, right? Fully step into myself now, embrace what I'm doing completely, put it out there. Something else I feel like I need to do is to take the material that I'm, currently sharing on Facebook and within some other closed groups and put it out on minds.com, for example. I could share some of it on LinkedIn. Just share it anywhere and everywhere that it makes sense to put it. I could put it on Steemit, I could put it on Patreon. There are so many places where I could share this information where people could access it and gain value from it. And that's what I should be doing, right? Because I listen to my heart right now, after another round of probably releasing some more stuff from that basket and watching my frequency go up. It's telling me, share this stuff as widely as you possibly can and step into your greatness now. There is no reason to wait another day, another hour, another minute. Get out of this bathtub, go on LinkedIn, say that you are a transformational guide and you've been one at least since you started doing these videos, and move on forward as that individual that you've always been. You've just been afraid to let it be true. So that's what I'm going to do, and I hope you can do the same. I'll see you tomorrow.